I fell in love once. So much. Let me tell you.
Tell it.
I once found only the finest vessel of love hidden away in a city full of hate. Fathom it to be that someone like me finds what fine has found refuge in her. True, the truth, an unruly ruling, ruled by the majority with minimal opposition, not such popular opinion that it actually exists in unadulterated, selfless form. What an unthought of, unprecedented, unspoken proposition. Love. Or so it seemed. Was it so bad the refreshing visage of her invigorated me and renewed the mirage of what love is? A man can dream, can he not? It was so close to reality, but no cigar. I once firmly believed that I found only the finest vessel of love hidden away in a city full of hate. But wait, she left me and I lost her to the world as I built up my estate. It was a false awakening. I was stuck in a nightmare that only proved to be so towards the end. Tread lightly, they say. But I belly flopped into a piscine of fabricated feelings. Hot and hot-headed, sweating in a swimming pool, I finally caught a whiff of what being played seemed to feel like. Burning flesh. Broke and broken-hearted, had I known what I had started, I would have stalled it to find an escape. I was a white canvas, a clean slate in mint condition, untouched with unlimited paint at her disposal. She was the dreaded, dreadful stencil pencil artist, erase the pain. Vandalized, I have lost and I am now left without. Just as I was about to close up shop. So the trap, an unforeseen mishap, something I could never imagine. Fathom the circumstances, circumcision of the soul. My heart was peeled back and misplaced, but no healing in near sight. I was left for dead. Enter the wounds. She said she couldn't trust me. She decided I was too chivalrous and I told the truth too much. I was too real, too much. She was bewildered that a fly young scrapper like me would lay down his fine white blazer with a navy lapel over any puddle so she could walk over that said bridge without her pumps getting wet. So she said she couldn't trust me. She couldn't come to understand the mental complex I harbored in my being, so maybe we needed a talk. I finally got her into a room, a silent room, with the sole intention of figuring out what this was, and as I closed the door, she proceeded to pull down her panties as if her dress wasn't even on. So I pulled it back up and I said, maybe, no, definitely, we need to talk because I don't even know who you are anymore. And she replied, Negro, is you gay? I said, trust me, baby, your body is not my top priority. She thought I was trying to play her for a fool. She wasn't born yesterday in that city full of hate, but that city. So she said she couldn't trust me. And maybe, no, definitely she was right, because she couldn't even build up faith in herself. But why? She wasn't always a confused soul. See, everything was all fine and dandy, but she was loved by many, so she got around. She claimed, though, to pant for her happiness as a doe, a deer, for water, and she prayed that her spirit wasn't trampled by her flesh. What an inevitability. She was very emotional, this one. She got her heart broken like 5 times. She would always fall for that same line, I'm not like those other guys. And on some random someday, clear and sunny like a morning Sunday, she found one who spoke that story with such suave serenity, she immediately sank into his sink of silk. I am not like those other guys. She would always get lost in his summer eyes, hypnotized by his fine mahogany, disregarding his frequent flyer miles. See, he was too fly for monogamy. Lost in his summer eyes, she overlooked his many lies, those many lines. I'm not like those other guys. And she would always believe that to be true. Until one day he grew bored and restless and proved to be the otherwise, boisterously and subconsciously claiming I am just like those other guys. I womanize, I tenderize, I marinate, I saute, I steam, I season, I spice, I stir, I shake, I bake, I take what's not even mine. I force those innocent eyes to produce plagiarized cries. So she cried and died a little bit on the inside. Now everybody is heartless. And regardless of the love that comes next, all parties will have forgotten what the true definition of love is. So never again will she fall victim to those many lies, those many lines. For if you fool her twice, she will then be considered an accomplice to her own demise. So through those same many lies she was force-fed, she introduced her own, inducing the regression to slave labor, a former lust disguised and finagled but canonized and monopolized to falsely resemble love. Every boo-loving night I would bid my good nights and lay my head to slumber. She would dial that final lumber, that formers number. How soothing the sound of her ravishing luster, not a lover, input, infidelity. She stood there at her former's feet, rather figuratively kneeling for his mercy, not even recognizing me. I was a ghost in the present, but of the past, when it really should have been him. He who hurt her, you'd think undeniably that she had be beyond him, but it was all a facade. So what does that leave me? In despair and in bitter defeat, despite truthfulness and love and always doing the right thing. Didn't even approach me knowing that she belonged to me. Is that where I went wrong? Marking my territory? Dependent and selfish, she played her little games and acted like it wasn't wrong to do. So now she's going to refer to who? Me, infer that she was hurting too, when really if she were who? Me, I'd be the one that she'd come to, the one that she confided in, because who? Me, I've been there through thick and thin, but she overlooked all that love and went on with her backstabbing, bare blades, breaching the bones, burning the blood, breaking what beats, but you don't get bitter, you get better. Exit the wounds. I conceded that I could carelessly continue to contribute to the cycle of cracking cardiacs, but as a former victim, I'd rather cease it. I conform to love, that true love, that of which was told in Corinth, so I may be of some help and provide some hope. I fell in love again, actually. She was once a lost soul and left without, searching for refuge. But she found only the finest vessel of love hidden, but poorly, in a city full of hate. Who knew it would be me all along? God bless you.